Amanda in New Orleans. Amanda, you're on the air. Go ahead, Amanda.
Hi, it's so nice to talk to you. This is my first time ever calling in. I just want to thank you very much for everything that you've done. I am a member of PrisonPlanet.tv and support what you do.
Thank you.
I just want to let you know that I can't talk for too long because I'm at work, but we just received, I work at a bank in New Orleans, and we received a email saying that our bank will be participating in a program to provide medications in case of an emergency from pandemics or terrorist attacks. They're telling us that our bank will become a private POD for our employees and their families. They're wanting us to fill out our name, date of birth, information, so that we can be first on the list to receive injections, vaccines or medications in case of bioterrorist attacks.
Yeah, this is how the psychology works. They phrase it like it's some wonderful thing and you're special and you're getting it first. And they have drills going back into January of this year where the police practice bringing in mock vaccines and guard them from the militias. Remember in Indiana with the mass grave drills? As if militias again are just wanting to kill everyone, like some type of body snatchers or some type of, 28 days later zombies that are trying to break into the compounds to get the wondrous stuff. Why don't you forward that email if you have to later from another account? I mean, we won't show what account it came from to what's the best one to send it to you, Nyhart, so people can get it? Well, there's 5 addresses there. Which one? Show tips at InfoWars. And by the way, we got a bunch yesterday from medical workers being told they're going to be given forced inoculations. That's also in the news, but it's good to have the internal documents. Will you scan through those emails? I know you're doing 10 jobs. Ma'am, what are people saying there at your office? Are they buying into this?
Well, actually, I work in the department that they get us to examine all the emails before they go out to all the other employees to make sure that the wording's correct and everything else. And so I was one of the first ones to get this. Not everybody in the bank has got this yet, but I guarantee you, once they send this email out, there's going to be people freaking out. Of course, they're the sheep. I, of course, am not. I'm realizing what's going on, and I asked my boss personally, is this voluntarily or, am I waiving my rights by signing this information? And this is what he tells me back. He says, it's all voluntary as stated in the document, depending on the circumstances. He says it could be a vaccination or medication. And then he puts in quotations, anthrax versus flu inoculation. He said you can sign up for the program and take the medications if you offered to take medications, or you can refuse the vaccine if you don't want to.
Look at the government totally turning us all into hypochondriac people. Ma'am, you might want to tell folks that that's an experimental anthrax shot that they've suspended twice over 15 years in the military because it has killed tens of thousands of troops. You can Google anthrax shot killing troops and watch national newscast. You mean they're pushing anthrax shots through this BioShield program?
That is what was said. That is exactly in writing, and I will definitely make sure that I send that for your readers. I'm reading it straight from the email. And once this email goes out to everybody in my bank, it's going to be insane, and there's going to be people freaking out. But I tell you one thing, if they try to come here, if there's of course I live in New Orleans, and I've went through Katrina and all the other stuff with them locking things down, and if they try to say that if we can't work unless we get this injection, well, I guess I'm going to be out of a job because I'm not getting an injection, and neither is my children and husband.
Well, ma'am, what they're going to do is they're going to stampede you and try to scare everybody. But they failed in 2002 and 3 with the smallpox. So they're trying it again over and over again, trying to acclimate people. Will you send that right now and chop off the top header and Or if you send it to me, I'll black it out.
Yeah, I'll do some alterations to it and block out my bank's name and stuff.
Well, you're awesome. Everybody send us the type of stuff. We'll do reports on it at showtips@infowars.com. You're just amazing, Amanda. We appreciate your call. Anything else?
No, I just want to tell you thank you very much for what you're doing, and you and Burmis are great. Keep it up. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. God bless you. Keep us abreast of the situation. I got the guys in there digging through all of the show tips at Infowars.com. Documents and emails and mainstream news articles where they're saying they're going to forcibly inoculate first responders. Now, this is all color of law. This is all fraud. They're operating under United Nations treaty and the level 6 pandemic rules. That's why they've already implemented pandemic level 6, and then they can incrementally put in the lockdowns, the quarantines, the martial law. And later I'm going to read over CBS News saying it, Associated Press saying it, CNN. But they're all reporting it like it's fun. She notices the approval rating plunges as the economy falls apart. More and more I'm beginning to really understand it is going to be flu that is the main false flag. They may mix in some terror. In most of the drills, they have militias, i.e. gun owners, attacking the flu workers, attacking checkpoints, trying to steal flu vaccine as if anti-New World Order people are fighting to get it. No, we're fighting to get away from it. But see, everything with the globalists is the opposite. Everything is a twisting, a deception. And for several years they've been doing these drills, and now it is just fever pitch. The flu's coming. The gun owners are evil. They want to kill you. Mass graves are good. And we'd break all the mass grave news and be laughed at and give you secret documents. And then now it's all mainstream news, confirmed again. Again, I'm not saying it's a real pandemic. They're saying it's a pandemic. They're saying we're under a pandemic. Back since late April. And I guess I should just drop everything and cover the police state and the pandemic, because that is what everybody's freaked out about. Even though the news is saying everything's fine, take your shot, it's good, the Army's coming to save you, the public, people that aren't even listeners of mine, just mainline yuppies are starting to say, I'm not taking it, something's wrong, I'm scared of this flu, why are they hyping it up when it's no big deal? And people are going, wait a minute, it kills 37,000 a year, the regular flu. This thing's killed less than 200. Why are they have emergency tents set up? Why do they have quarantines set up? Why are they doing all these drills? Why is the Army out running random checkpoints? Why? Folks, I'm telling you, Obama is plunging. The whole New World Order's in trouble. The Federal Reserve's on the defensive. Bernanke's up there on stage in Kansas City being basically booed by a hand-picked audience. They're going to pull a false flag. And the flu, I mean, I've been saying this since March, folks. Before it happened, I saw the movement, the buildup. And then now, like a bad dream coming true, it looks like that's where it's all going. Now, if we scream bloody murder and get the word out, we may be able to back them off. But Amanda's sending us that email. Other people are sending us documents. We're trying to put some stories together on it. There's mainstream news articles now saying they will try to force emergency workers to take the shots. Man, I feel sorry for the police and firemen and medical workers. Frank in Louisiana. Frank, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good to be with you, Alex. This is so amazing. I thought it was really picking up steam during the Clinton administration. Then it got worse during the Bush administration. But I tell you, in the last 8 or 9 months, you have the TARP plan, you have the stimulus package, you have cap and trade. Now you have the
They have bills to basically end the Second Amendment, and they sit there on TV like parrots saying, stand down, there is no attack, there is no bill, we can read the bills all day, and it is total Pentagon psyop. The Pentagon openly is taking over the Internet. I mean, this is just high treason.
Man, it's high treason on so many different levels, Alex, and then this medical plantation,
they are making their move. I'm sorry, go ahead. You're right, though. They are making their move. This is it, boys. They are coming in on us. Go ahead.
Listen, Alex, this medical plantation, as you know, the drug-infested, crime-ridden welfare plantation during the Johnson administration, that was all planned. We know that. And then people are missing something else. Just the last 2 days, you had Obama and you had Hillary Clinton standing in front of this thing with the Chinese flag and the American flag tied together. And, Obama is stating that we cannot make it anymore without communist China. And I don't know if people caught this.
No, I caught it. In fact, I watched it live on C-SPAN and almost fell out of my chair as I was sitting there eating dinner. And it was actually a rebroadcast. But, the point is I sat there and watched, the unedited footage of it. And that's the point. I meant to rant and rave about that. There are so many things that I see that I don't even get to.
Moving so fast. This Obama's a speed demon. He's unbelievable what he's doing. And they don't realize these bills are not written by him. They're written by the foundations.
That's right. And that's why Biden said after the election, he said, we're going to be hated 6 months in because the public's going to figure out this was a bait and switch. He is slitting our throat.